Hey, welcome back. It's been a hot minute, but if you watch the video, you'll understand why, or just take a listen to it. Yeah, but I am back, and it's good to be here. We're playing through Under Leaves today, a nice little I Spy type game with a wonderful soundtrack. So, hope you guys enjoy, and let's get into it. Well, welcome back. He wants 8 fish. It's been a hot minute, I'll tell you that much. And I'm sorry for that. It's been a bit of a interesting couple weeks for me here. This is Under Leaves. I don't know exactly what it is. It looks like it's almost like a I Spy kind of game. Ain't nothing wrong with that though. See how good my eyesight is. And there you go. So, yeah, I'm back. I was supposed to be back last week or maybe even 2 weeks ago, actually. But I ended up getting sick and lost my voice. And then I had a cough for, oh, brother, a long time. Even now I still have to deal with a cough. But it's pretty much gone now. It's only a little bit, but obviously recording when you're trying to be quiet, recording with a cough and a voice that's completely gone is a little tough. So I wanted to make sure I had a full recovery before I hurt anyone's ears. But I'm back. So, yeah, how's everyone doing? It has been far too long. I have been, oh, it's the bear. I've been hanging in there, really. It's, I guess, been kind of tough. Mr. Snake wants some geckos. What are you planning to do with these geckos, Mr. Snake? Nothing nefarious, I hope. Oh, this one's rather tough. He wants 7, huh? Let's see, what have I gotten up to in the past couple weeks, other than being sick? Really not a whole lot. I've done a lot of thinking, though, that's for sure. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized the path I want to take is try and see how well YouTube goes for me, I guess. I'm probably going to say this a lot. Am I blind? I can't seem to find this little gecko anywhere. This is a tough one, since it's all green. I'm normally pretty good at these puzzle games. That looks like a bird. I don't know why I keep saying that. I think bird. It's a leaf. I think in a survival situation I might not do that well. One more lizard. Where is he? He's got to be hiding around here somewhere. Ah, there he is. That was sneaky. Yeah, so the more I'm at work and the more I think about going into work throughout the week is the more I realize that I don't want to do that. Which is not a great mindset to be in, especially when it's your job and all. But I'm working towards not being able to have, or not having to do that for hopefully much longer. Obviously it's going to take a while, but eventually I know I'll be able to make it. He wants berries? I think those are berries. I don't actually know what they are. This one's going to be tough, because they look pretty similar to these actually. Okay. Yeah, but it was nice when I was able to be on vacation and I got to go see my family, or some of my family. And well, a lot of us were sick. It was still really nice to be able to see them. And hopefully I'll get to see them next month again. That's kind of the plan, at least. We're not really great at planning stuff, so it might not come to fruition. I don't know, we'll have to see. But yeah, I got to talk with some of my friends from where I used to live, and it was really nice. Because the one friend I was able to talk to, he's always just so reasonable, I guess you could say. Not that my other friends aren't, but whenever I talk to him, a lot of the stuff I'm thinking just either starts to make sense or not make sense based on, like, if it's a good idea or not, I guess you could say. And one thing he helped me realize is, especially when it comes to stuff like YouTube, or just life in general, when I try doing my best at everything, is because the way I used to look at it was I would do something like the most recent video I put out on my other channel. I made it and told him about it, and he actually started watching it while I was there. I'm like, oh man, now of course I'm seeing all these issues, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the worst thing I've ever made. But he's like, no, don't think about it like that. You've got to think about it in the sense of, look at where you were when you started versus where you are now that you're done. How much you've improved and how much you've learned. And in the back of my head, I've always known thinking like that is really how you should think about it. You shouldn't. I'm not saying you shouldn't strive for perfection. It's just that whenever that is your, I guess, not even kind of your number one goal, which is unachievable because no one's perfect. No one can be perfect. It gets really tough mentally to try and overcome things, but whenever you see how much you're improving based on the effort you're putting in, that's where it gets really rewarding. And while I've always known that in the back of my head, I've never really been able to think about that way. So it was really good to talk to him about stuff like that as well. Kind of like a therapy session. And I desperately needed it, that's for sure. These little green worms don't seem too hard to find, but in the jungle like this, you'll have to deal with camouflage and stuff. Because they don't want to be caught. I wouldn't if I was a little worm in the jungle. That would be scary. Especially when you have Mr. Snake over here. You guys ever seen inchworms before? I swear they're only in a certain part of the world. They might only be in a certain part of the US. But at certain times of year, there's these little green worms that come out. And you see them all over. And they'll be hanging from trees and on the ground and just everywhere. And they kind of look like this. I haven't seen them ever since I moved out of my mom's house, though. definitely not up where I am now. It's too cold for that. There's one. And one more. It's always the last one that gives you a little bit of trouble, huh? There you are. That one blended in very well. Oh, no. This guy, Mr. Manta Ray. You are looking for these little guys. Little seashells, eh? Yeah, so I guess one of the biggest changes I'm making is, well, I was planning on joining the military here within actually the next couple months. That plan has kind of changed drastically because I really want to give YouTube a shot. It's kind of been a childhood dream of mine, I guess you could say. It's kind of sad when you put it that way. But it's, I don't know, I've always wanted to be able to do something like that. Just to make stuff. I've always loved editing. I've talked about it before. I thought he was looking for little bugs. These are not little bugs, so these are, I don't know what they're called. You know those seeds that fall from certain trees? I saw one of these and almost clicked on it. Like the, I think they're for oak trees, actually. They kind of look like this, but whenever you drop them, they kind of flutter around and look a little bit like a helicopter. Those are also something I haven't seen in a long time. I'm honestly gonna have to do a good amount of editing on this video because I still have this cough, especially after I went running. I haven't been running in about the same, actually for the same amount of time since I've been on vacation, which has been about half a month. And I just started running again this week, and it was rough, to say the least. After not having done it for so long, I felt like I have never run before. So it was quite the experience whenever running today. And then after I run, I always apparently just start coughing, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not. It just has kind of always been the case, so I haven't really thought about it. Maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. I'm not a fitness guru, so I couldn't tell you. I just run because I know I should. Probably one on this last page here, if I had to guess, since I haven't been over here yet. They are pretty good about blending in, but if you look close enough, you should always be able to find them. This one, This is a sneaky little guy. I mean, he might not be here, but I would think so, considering I hadn't been over here yet. Oh, I see. I had to use a little hint feature for that one. Just because I could not find it, but it wasn't even on that last page anyways. Oh, he's got a little fawn. Nice. Hello. Why can't I remember what these guys are called? I know their names. I know I do. But I cannot remember what they are. You need 12 of these, huh? They're very small. There's a lot of places they could be. But I figured out I could zoom in, actually. That should make it quite a bit easier. I hope. Nice. Let's go up here. These places are very beautiful. These are probably based on actual real-world locations, but I don't know where this would be. The Sahara, maybe? I've still never been outside the US, but I am still planning that trip to Japan. That's going to be in February, though, probably. Speaking of, I need to work on getting that all set up because it's not very far away. Oh, they can be yellow too. Interesting. Just two more. This is gonna be a little tricky, huh? Yeah, I guess the biggest issue, quote unquote, for me when it comes to making YouTube stuff, especially for the main channel, is what exactly am I going to record? Because a lot of the times I don't actually have any specific video in mind that I want to make. I have like some vague ideas. The main issue is with that, a lot of the issues I have just take a long time. Like the video I put out last was a Terraria playthrough, a modded Terraria playthrough that combined two large mods, and condensing 24 something hours of footage, 27 hours of footage actually, into under 30 minutes was quite the chore. I mean, and just like I had to play through, obviously I had to play through the whole thing and then edit it, which took a long time in its own right. Okay. Over here, huh? Oh, that was pretty sneaky. Suricata? Don't know what that means. Underwater level. Like the underwater Mario levels. You know, I've never actually played a Mario game before. I guess I'm not counting Mario Kart Wii, which is 100% a Mario game. But, like, any of the other ones, like, anything, really. I'm trying to think of the names to them, but I can't because I've never played them before. How many of these did you want? 8. Okay, I think I can handle finding one more. They can be pretty hard to spot, though. But we managed. Yeah. It will be nice, though, getting back into this kind of video just for my own relaxation's sake, I guess you could say. I was going to say my own sanity, but really, yeah, it is for my own sanity, because it's been rough with work and all, trying not to go insane. But I think I'm going to change my mindset when it comes to my job so I don't suffer as much. Obviously still work hard because that's what you're supposed to do, but not to the point where I get home at night and I'm dreading coming in the next day. I'm just mentally in anguish to the point where it ruins my night. just kind of take a chill pill. As much as I can, at least. Can't do that with everything, but I would sure love to try. I'm looking on the ground mainly for these worms, because that's normally where they reside. I don't know if that is going to work out well for me or not. I am missing 2 of them, but worms aren't normally in the trees, though. Unless you're talking about inchworms like I was earlier. Walking into an inchworm that's just floating in the air in front of you because it's dangling from a web it was never really a pleasant experience. I can tell you that much. I could fall asleep listening to this soundtrack. It's hard to find something more soothing than nature. Actually, I don't know if there is anything more soothing than nature. The sound of leaves like this, the birds, a nice breeze blowing through. It's hard to beat. It's really hard to beat. Maybe I should start looking in the trees for the worms. There's one. Now we got one more. Something tells me he's hiding around here. There he is. Nice. Armadillo. No, that's an aardvark, isn't it? That's not an armadillo. Aardvark is a very different animal. This one looks like it's gonna be really tough, actually. Even harder than the other leaves from before. And he wants 12 of them as well. Okay. 4. We'll leave that there for now. Look for more of these. I think this might be the savanna, actually. Don't really know what else it would be. Oh, hey guys, you have a lot of green buds. Do you have any of the star-looking ones, though, that I could borrow? Yeah, I'm just finding them for a friend. Didn't see any. Maybe up here. There's one at least. Could I go the other way? No, I could not. So there's still 2 more that I need to look for. I could see this game being an absolute nightmare for someone who's colorblind. So if you're watching this and you're colorblind, I'm sorry. I'll still find them though. Maybe you could... Honestly, it might make it easier. You could just recognize the patterns instead of the colors. Speaking of pattern recognition, whenever I had to go to MEPS for the Air Force, the testing and all that, there was a really cool style of test that I'd never done before except in practice, where you weren't looking, or you weren't trying to answer any questions about any sort of subject. You were more, it was all about pattern recognition. And not even pattern recognition, they would take a shape And it would be cut up into several different pieces, and they would show you what those pieces all looked like together and what shape they wanted. And then it would, and like there was like it was a multi-choice question, and all of those would be split up into like just on a board or something. And you needed to kind of almost combine them mentally into the correct shapes. These shapes, on the other hand, are getting more and more obscure, so it might be harder to find here soon. You would like 9. I assume these are clams. These sounds remind me of Sea of Thieves, oddly enough. I guess it's not really odd, is it? It's a lot of it's underwater. I haven't played Sea of Thieves in a long time. That's one of those games which is like, I feel like I need to play with someone to get the most enjoyment out of it. And the one friend I played it with before hasn't played it recently, so I have not either. And that game is especially tough, though, whenever you're just trying to enjoy your time sailing along, listening to the music, and just sailing the ship, vibing, and then someone comes along and tries to kill you and take all your stuff. That's not exactly what I consider fun. I mean, I know they have like the Safer Seas version that you can do, which takes out the other people that might want to take you out, but you also get so much less loot that it's not really worth it if you're trying to progress at all. I figured these clams would be pretty easy to see since their colors are so recognizable. Someone's gonna ask for these, I know it already. I mean, they have the little dot in the center and they're very clam shaped, so I figured finding them wouldn't be too bad. But I seem to be having an issue. I guess this would be kind of cool to try and do with eye tracking. I don't have any sort of eye tracker except for the one that VTube Studio uses, which is just my camera. Oh, there we go. That one was very well hidden. There's one more. And see, obviously, once I get the hint, it becomes very obvious. It's so strange how that works. Octopod. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. At least I think you're a squirrel. You want some acorns? Yeah, I can get some for you. Give me a second here, little guy, and I'll find all the acorns you like. I forgot. I've gone quiet because I've just been vibing. This game is very, very, very relaxing. No sort of tension, no stress, no timers. Just me and a bunch of animals. One thing that was really nice about going and seeing my family is we stayed at my sister's house, and it's the same sister that took my cat whenever I moved out. So I was able to see her. She's just as cute as ever. And And she was being she's a nice cat in terms of like attitude, I guess you could say. She's never been one that's overly fond of being pet though, or like cuddling or anything like that, but there were many times when I was down there that she would just walk up to me. If I was like lying on the couch or anything, she would just walk up and just climb right on top of me. I'm like, oh, surprised to be sure, but a welcome one. I already miss her. Thankfully, I didn't seem to have any really bad allergic reactions this time. Last time I saw her was last December, and I pet her for a bit. Which this was the first time I'd really found out that I was semi-allergic to cats. I pet her for a bit, and then I think it was my entire left eye started swelling up. It was pretty bad. Thankfully this time didn't have anything like that happen. For the most part, she did scratch me once, and that started swelling up a little bit, but nothing too terrible. Maybe I should be checking the trees. They are acorns after all. Just most of them have been on the ground so far, so I figured checking there might be my best bet first. Yeah, so I'm gonna postpone joining the military for now. I'm honestly thinking I'm gonna give myself about a year's time to just explore my own life, because for the most part throughout my life, I've just been so focused on, I guess, almost like progressing my career. Also, these ones are going to be really hard to find. I can already tell just based on the fact that I have only found one so far. I feel like throughout my entire life, moving out and doing my own thing, I've been so focused on just the next step when it comes to my career. Actually, I'm going to start from the top here. And just solely focusing on that, it feels like, and always just working all the time. Doing everything, it feels like. And I just didn't ever leave any time for myself to explore what I like doing. Because I never give myself time to explore my own hobbies or figure out what my hobbies even are, what I'm interested in. So I wanted to take probably a year's time and just kind of relax. Maybe go on some trips. The only issue with those is they're, obviously pretty expensive, depending on where you want to go. But I think it would be good for me to do this because I'm still very young. In all honesty, I'm still very young. Military's not going anywhere. I understand not everyone agrees with me when it comes to this, but that's perfectly fine. Not everyone has to agree with me. And actually, that's fine if no one agrees with me. It's something I want to do for myself. And I've never done something for myself. It feels like that one was very hidden. So I'm going to take this time and do what I want. That's my most recent plan, at least. Okay, so these guys can actually be on the leaves. Pretty sneaky. Honestly, I don't know if the fact that certain things move and other things don't help or make it harder for me when it comes to this. I think it helps, but I couldn't tell you. I'm like not trying to speedrun. was, I wouldn't say I'm doing very... Can you imagine trying to speedrun an I Spy game? Having never seen it? That would be quite the challenge. Okay, this is just cruel. I thought the butterflies were going to be hard, but you want 7 of these fishes that blend in so well to everything. My goodness. Oh, maybe if they're that large, it might not be the worst, but if they're any smaller than that, I'm gonna struggle. Let's assume that they're not that small, and if I do that, I lower my expectations for this. Might have an easier time. I keep seeing these starfish and noticing them and being like, oh, there's some. It's not the right thing, though. What worries me is I haven't found a single one on this screen yet. So we're gonna move on. There are only 7, so maybe they stacked them all in one place. Or maybe I'm just completely blind. That could very well be the case. Okay, there's that. The thing is, there's so many of these pebbles that just could be could be the fish. Like that. There you go. That's why it's good to zoom in. I should probably be doing that more often, to be honest. But I can't get too obsessed with a certain area like I was with like searching the ground for those acorns earlier. If I do that and I'm just zoomed in onto the floor, I'll probably never see what I'm looking for. The zoom in feature though might just be what I'm missing. It's 4. Just need 3 more for Mr. Swordfish over here. Did anyone ever play a game called Hungry World Evolution as a child? Or maybe not even as a child, as an adult? That game was interesting. You play as a shark and you go around and eat everything. That's literally all the game is. Shark eating simulator. I was always terrified though as a child, even though it was a silly mobile game, of going into the deepest parts of the ocean. Just because I didn't know what was down there and I was scared that I would just get destroyed immediately. Which, to be fair, I absolutely did get destroyed immediately a couple times. But once I got big enough sharks, obviously I was not afraid. I could eat anything I wanted. I don't know why this, I think it was the swordfish that reminded me of that game, because the swordfish in that game were always the toughest. Because if you tried to eat them while you were going straight at them, they would just stab you. You had to get them while they were swimming away. Otherwise, you're probably gonna just get demolished. Uno mas. I feel like I could be searching for this one for ages. Of course, now I'm seeing all of these little clams that I know that I don't need them. Maybe that's the strat. I look for the stuff that I don't need right now, find it, and then later, whenever I do need it, I know exactly where it is. Wait, what am I doing? Where does this go? I think it goes up there. Am I crazy? Oh no, it's the U, silly. Okay, what say you? Oh. Oh, there it is. Yep. Once again, very obvious as soon as I just know the general area. So strange. Only got 2 more on this map, and then there's a little bit more after that. What do you need? I see. So not these, but the other ones. They're very similar, though. One, 2, 3, 4. And you need 13 of them, huh? Interesting. And once again, I'm seeing all these other stars that look like what I'm looking for, but they're not quite the ninja shurikens that I need. Those ones look like this, and this, and this. I wonder if there's like a good strategy to this game that makes it easier. I wouldn't think so. Maybe this is just a game about pattern recognition or something like that, or colors maybe. I couldn't tell you though, it's pretty tough in my books. A lot of the time at least. Sometimes it's super simple, like I don't understand what made that one so much easier than the fishes. Oh my goodness, it's a fox. Yeah, of course it's a fox. They're the absolute best, what can I say? The 100% best. Why did they want slugs though? Also, this guy's from the title card. Mr. Fox is looking for Mr. Slug for some reason. I couldn't tell you why though. Okay. There you go. Oh, hey guys. No need to be frightened. I'm just looking for some slugs. I haven't seen a slug in a long time. That's such a weird sentence. That might be the strangest sentence I've said all day. But it's true. I feel like I don't see anywhere near as much nature as I used to. Definitely not where I live. Seven. Could I find another one maybe? Okay, so there's none up there. And I'm not seeing any over here, just a bunch of worms. Over here, I don't notice any. Ah, there's one. He thought he could hide. Not for my keen eyes, no sir. I'm still missing 3 though. That seems like a lot to be missing at this stage. Does it not? Maybe there's some over here, like that one. 9. Hello. Oh, there's one. Do a quick look through here and maybe we can find number 11. We're on number 10. Maybe if I combine 2 worms, it makes a slug. Have you ever considered that? How about this guy? He was hiding there. Here you go, Mr. Fox. You have cubs. No, my heart can't handle that. Flamingo. Ooh. Fancy flamingo. Fish. Do I need to keep an eye out for the fish? I do. Fish, 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 fish. The end? But what about over here? You've got all these guys. Surely I can help these guys too, yeah? Ooh, are these like the hard mode levels? It's like an aim trainer. Once I see them, I have to click as fast as possible. Otherwise the little bugs will get me. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh. I've been playing far too much Marvel Rivals the past couple days because they just released Gambit, the new support, and I've always preferred playing support in games, so obviously I have to become the best Gambit player in the world immediately. The hardest part about that, though, isn't the games you play, it's actually locking in Gambit before anyone else can do that. Two more, you say? Well, well, sir. Let me show you a little trick I've been keeping up my sleeve. Ta-da. You weren't expecting that now, were you? What kind of bugs are these? They're not lightning bugs. They're not shaped like lightning bugs. They kind of look like flies almost. Maybe moths? I could see them being moths. Moths is such a strange word to be plural. There you are. Here you go, Mr. Owl. I think it would kind of be cool to have an owl as a pet as well. You want these little curly dudes. These ones are easy then. I can handle those ones. Little curly guys. And you want 11? I believe I could do that. Nice. Here you go. It's a platypus. You don't see those every day. Sorry, it's a Ornithomicus. I don't know how to speak scientific lingo. Ah, you want the snails. The fox wanted the slugs, but you want the snails. Okay. I think we can make that work. They're very well blended in. Any of you guys ever eaten snails before? I'm not talking to you, Mr. Stork. No, it's not a stork. Storks have longer beaks. Honestly, in terms of like exotic foods like that, I haven't really tried anything. No spiders, crickets, ants. I think most of the food I eat has not crawled at some point like that. Well, at least I sure hope not. Since these backgrounds aren't so cluttered as the other ones, finding these things has been a lot simpler than like the ocean one where it's just a bunch of pebbles and then even the pebbles could actually be a fish. These seem a lot more chill. I keep seeing these and thinking they're slugs. They're just part of the mushrooms though. Also, I'm not looking for slugs, I'm looking for snails. Maybe that's why I haven't found them all yet. Oh goodness, maybe it's nap time. You guys mind if I just take a nap while playing the game? One more. There you are. That was pretty. That was a good hiding spot, dude. If you were playing hide and seek, which I guess we kind of are, you definitely won. Hello, sir. More bugs. And how many do you want? 11? Okay. See what I can do. They tend to be on the background more so than the foreground, but I don't want to rule that out. Yeah, I'm seeing all these other bugs from the last time. I'm like, that one, nope, that's not the right one. These ones look more like ladybugs than anything. They might actually be lightning bugs this time, though. Do a quick foreground check again. There he is. Nice. Yeah, they were lightning bugs. Very cool. You want these thin leaves, hmm? Is that a koala? What's a koala doing around these parts? 6, 7... Koala around these parts is a little strange, no? 8, 9, 10. There you go, buddy. Okay, this... I think I've seen this bird before, but I don't remember what it's called. Also, these turtles are so tiny. Reminds me of how my family assigned turtles to be my favorite animal, even though I never said they were. As a child, they just told me, I guess they kind of just assumed turtles were my favorite animal for some reason. Turtles were my favorite animal and my favorite color was green. Neither of which are correct. I'm gonna sneeze. Anyways, your guys' families ever do that when you were children? Just like, yeah, we're gonna say that your favorite color is green, and that your favorite animal is a turtle. So now I have a bunch of turtle stuffed animals, sitting in a box in my closet. Which is a little bit strange, not gonna lie. Speaking of turtles, all of these little dudes look like turtles. Just looking for one more actual turtle, though. None of these fake ones. Nice. He was hiding behind the bush. The leaf. Okay, this is a skunk. That's not a skunk, that's a honey badger, you silly guy. You knew that. I just assumed because of the colors. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there's always that last one, 12. Nice. Kiwi! He wants the crabs. I can tell because I haven't seen these crabs before. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10. Here you go. And there you go. That's all of them. We helped all the animals. I hope this helped you. Hope it helped you relax, even if just for a little bit, because it definitely definitely helped me relax. I could have easily fallen asleep at any point during this recording, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. And it's good to be back. So I look forward to seeing more from me here in the future. Not just on this channel, but also on my main one, which you can always check out in the description. But for now, have a good rest.